Namaste, all my friends. I'm sure you're all doing very well. A lot of you, of course, are home grounded and home quarantined in the current scenario of Corona. Today, my vlog is essentially on a topic which is all over the world today, Corona, and I've titled this vlog of mine as "Thank You, Corona." Before I get into the details about Thank You, Corona, I would like to express my prayers to those people who are fighting for their life against Corona infection all over the world. And my prayers go to all those people who have lost their near and dear ones for Corona. And for those people who are infected by the virus yet not know that it has affected them, and still actually living with no awareness of it being infected. And for those people who are home quarantined, keeping themselves away from getting infected by maintaining social distance and all the other guidelines which most doctors and medical professionals and the governments have announced. And also especially for the healthcare angels all over the world who are sacrificing, risking their life to save our lives. My gratitude to all of them before I start my vlog. My vlog, I interestingly titled it as Thank You, Corona. And I'm going to talk about four different points and four different learnings that I've had during this phase of Corona, wherein I've spent most of my time meditating and also to all with myself by withdrawing myself from various things that are around me. The first and foremost thing that I want to tell all of you is that who you are is so insignificant. I repeat, who you are is so insignificant. Look at what is happening all over the world. The world has actually come to a complete lockdown. It is a standstill moment that we are facing now. World is today not connected by flights. It's no more. World is today connected by the small little thing called Corona. That is connected all of us, irrespective of who you are, whether you are an Indian or an American, Spanish, Italian, Iranian, or an Emirati, or a German, French. It doesn't matter. Whether you are a black or a white or a brown, it doesn't matter. Whether you are an Asian, an Arab, or an African, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor. In the eyes of the source of creation, in the eyes of the universe, all of us are the same. There is no difference. Who you are is so insignificant when it comes to something like this, where all of us all over the world are subjected to infection of this virus. This virus does not know that you are the leader of the nation. You are rich, you are poor, you are a common man. It does not understand that. Which tells us, if you really look deep into it, it tells you one thing very clear, that in the eyes of the source of creation, you call that source of creation as God, Christ, Allah, Vaheguru, or whatever you want to call that as, it doesn't matter. The source of creation, there's only one God, and that's this. You call that as a God or whatever. This one single force which is far above us. This is a realization. This moment is a realization where we realize that there is, who you are is so insignificant, and there is something which is much higher than who we are, to whom we are dependent on. This is a moment where the entire humanity needs to realize that who you are is not so important. what kind of car you're driving, what kind of branded clothes that you're wearing, how much of bank balance do you have in your account, what kind of house are you living in, what kind of luxuries and comforts that you are surrounded with. It does not matter. At this point of time, everything that matters to you is whether there is this breathing happening, whether you're alive. That's more important than who you are. It doesn't matter whether you are in a powerful position, whether you're a senior person in the company that you're working in, or a junior person. It does not matter. In the eyes of the source of creation, we are all the same. Irrespective of the geographical borders that we have, irrespective of the ethnicity that we have, irrespective of the culture that we belong to, virus does not understand any of these. It just understands that it needs a place to stay. It needs a place to park itself and then grow. That's the human body. And this human body is same all over the world. The entire universe sees the human body as human body. Who you are and your identity is so insignificant. This is a moment where all of you must realize that who you are is absolutely insignificant. Everything that you have around is of no significance. It is nothing compared to the very essence of life that you have. All that matters today is whether you're alive or not. People, if you look around today, in the last couple of weeks, I've not heard anything about cross-border terrorism. I've not heard about nations fighting, on their borders. I've not heard of murders. I've not heard of robbery, burglary, thefts. I didn't hear about political fights. I couldn't hear about oppositions and ruling party fighting with each other. I couldn't hear about people invading other countries. I couldn't hear about gunshots and bombs around. And I mean, there is nothing of these news that is around us. I mean, there is nothing of this is heard. Look at what the virus has done to us. It has really opened our eyes. It has shaken us so much that our focus and our attention has gone to one thing, that are you alive? This is the most important thing that is going on in everyone's mind. I am alive. That's more important and that's more significant. Who you are, what you are, where you are, it's of no importance and relevance. So that's the first thing that I myself have realized in this period of Corona. The second most important thing is a moment. This is a moment of raising your consciousness. If you look around, we've been actually chasing wealth, chasing our power, chasing our comfort, chasing everything that's to make your life more comfortable. What is that today human beings have not done to make their life more comfortable on this planet? But unfortunately, nobody realizes that when you die, there is no cargo services where you can actually pack all these things what you have gathered and acquired, and you can take it to another destination. No, that doesn't happen. You have to leave everything that you have gathered for your comfort here before you actually leave this body. Now, this is a moment where you really need to withdraw yourself from all that has been happening around, which has mostly happened with many people, especially people who have been running after their businesses and their corporate lives and everything. They are all grounded. They're all self-quarantined, a lot of them. And they're all withdrawn from everything else. I mean, today they don't have back-to-back meetings happening. They don't have, they're not running around to make things happen in their businesses in the corporate world. But they're all grounded. They're all they're all withdrawn from all these things. Now this is a moment where you need to utilize to raise your awareness and raise your consciousness, the human consciousness. This is a great moment to ensure that to understand that what you are actually breathing in, the air that goes inside and the air that goes out, it's a string, and you have a connect with the universe, and you have a connect with the nature. Your consciousness need to raise. You as a human being, your consciousness need to raise. You need to raise your awareness, that you are aware that you are part of the ecosystem. The entire, you are not alone. You are all inclusive. You are, the trees outside, the plants outside, the water, the air, everything is that the nature is. You have to raise your awareness to it. Look at what has happened to the nature today. When you walk around today, after being quarantined for so many days, you will see all the plants and the trees bubbling with joy and excitement. They are so beautiful. They are so green. They're literally rejoicing. The water is so clean. The earth, our poor Mother Earth, has been actually begging to you for you to actually see the pollution that you're creating inside. Today, the earth is smiling. Earth is really enjoying. The water is so clean. The living beings in the water is having a joyful life today. It's just because the human footprint that you've been putting into this planet has taken a break. Your little break has created the nature to bring its to bloom. See the amount of torture that you have done to the nature just to make your life more comfortable. You've actually exercised your power over the nature. You become absolutely unaware of the nature. You have completely disregarded the nature today. So this is a moment for you to raise your awarenesses, raise your consciousness, that you as a living being is there, not alone. You have to have a life of an all-inclusive approach. This is what this moment has taught me. That's the second point. The third point is something which which came to my mind, is that at this point of time, at this moment, everything that is expected from every one of us is that to be responsive. Now, we have lived our life irresponsibly, and that's the reason why today the nature is crying. Today the climates are changing. Today the seasons are not happening at the right time. Today the water is polluted. Today the living beings inside the water is crying. Extinction of lots of species are happening because of our irresponsible way of life. You see plastics everywhere. You see dirty streets. You see people irresponsibly living. Consumerism has become too much in today's world. People are living to consume. You are consuming excessively. You are polluting this world. You become so irresponsible. Now, in this moment, Corona teaches us to be responsible, which means that you are expected to be home grounded. You are expected to be self-quarantined. Means if you are irresponsible, you're going to cause a lot of damage to the other fraternity of yours. So you better be more responsible. This moment teaches us to be very responsive, to be very responsible. The last but least is something which came to my mind again, is that be grateful. When you talk about gratitude or gratefulness, I was thinking that how many of us really get up in the morning and say thank you, thank you, thank you that I'm alive. We take this breath which is in and out for granted. We take it for granted that death does not happen to us. The main problem in human race is that something which I've noticed is that when you know that somebody died, you never feel that you're going to die one day. You're going to feel that, you always feel that death is something which happens to someone else and not to you. It's such a ignorance is this. So coming to the point that we are not at all grateful about things which is the reason for our existence. We are not grateful for everything that we have been blessed with. We are not grateful for the water that we drink. We are not grateful for the air that we breathe in. We are not grateful for the fact that we are alive every day. Our dear and near ones are alive every day. We are not grateful for the fact that we have some food to eat today, which some people do not have it. We are not grateful for the fact that yes, I have a transport available to go to work. We are not grateful for the fact that I'm being loved and I have people to love. We are not grateful for the fact that I have a job to do, and I have money coming into me. We are not grateful for the trees and the birds around us. We are not grateful for the trees which are actually producing oxygen for us. We are not grateful for the plantations, vegetations. We have taken all these for granted. My advice and my humble suggestion to all of you who are grounded and self-quarantined due to Corona, thank you to Corona, that it is a time for you to be grateful. If you are, how many of us really go and say thank you, thank you, thank you, universe, for me being alive? We don't. It's a time to say gratitude. It's a time to say gratitude. I think I'm extremely grateful to Corona for shaking up this world. I'm extremely grateful for Corona for making a lot of majority of the human race raise their own awareness. I'm extremely grateful to Corona for making the human race understand the importance of life. I'm extremely grateful for Corona for making us more responsible living beings than irresponsible living beings. I'm extremely grateful for Corona for connecting, for knowing that the world is one and not separate and not divided. I'm extremely grateful to Corona for making me realize all these things in the couple of weeks, and for making me to deliver this message to all the viewers of my channel. I thank you all for listening to my revelations on what I have learned during the Corona, and I hope this could be of some use to all of you. I urge you all to stay safe and stay home, and withdraw yourself from everything around. Spend that little moment to understand who you are, what you are, and also to look into yourself. Use this moment and opportunity for that. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. If you like my video, please comment below and support me with that. Thank you very much. God bless you all.